Oh, sorry. Hey. Hello. I'm live. It says I'm live. I've got 250,000 leads with UpViral. How are y'all doing today? Say hello. It is a co-pilot show day. Good to see you guys and gals and others. Aliens, creatures, anybody that's here. Hey, say hi. Dejan, just peachy. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. It is this is my dog Astro, by the way, in case you've never seen Astro. Pawan, hello. Glenn, hello. Jose Luis, hello. Thank you for coming. Deborah's here. Woohoo! Hi, Deborah. Peter's here. Good to see you, Peter. Triumph. That, I think, is a new name. Have you been here before? Here's my guest. No, Mark's not here. I did. Hi, Jeff. Oh, I already said hi, Jeff. No, I didn't say hi, Jeff. Obed, nice to see you. Greetings from Mars, Dejan says. Actually, I do have my red background today, don't I? And my UpViral plaque, which is not mounted yet. I just don't know where to put it. I did not design my room to have a plaque in the background. That's the problem. Steven says, hi, Mitch. They still haven't fixed the webinar link. Do not disturb is on. Again, it wants to go to Apple Web Data. I can only get there because Thunderbird gives me the option to. All right. I'm sorry about that, Stephen. I have reported it to the people in charge. And so, hi, Mike. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Always good to see all y'all. Did anybody complain because the email that went out didn't have a title as to what we were going to cover today? Guess whose fault that is? It was me. Mike says I ran into that as well, Stephen. Paul says hello, Deborah. I was not able to use the e-link from Wilco's email. Sorry about that. William's in charge of that, not me. Jeff says, it's true. I have logged in with MS Browser. What is that? Microsoft? Does Microsoft have a browser now? Is it Explorer? Deborah says, I have the event repeating in calendar and use the link from there. There's the answer. Ding! Save that link. It's the same link. It's always the same link. Anyways, good to see you all. So did anybody come here even though there was no title in the email that went out that said what we're going to cover today? Does anybody care what I'm going to cover today? I'll give you an update while you're answering that question. And again, thank you for commenting. It does help me. Yes, you came here even though there was no. Deborah says, of course. Thank you all. Paul says, I came here blind. I'll talk louder then. Oh. Did you catch the Mountain Dew Super Bowl sweepstakes? I did not, Obed. I was not going looking for sweepstakes this year. I did see same one I saw last year. I don't remember which one that was. Was it interesting, Obed? Was there something really cool? Mark's not here, probably because I just talked his ear off. Mark and the user interface developer and I just had a meeting for about an hour and a half. And they were asking me lots of questions about things that, pardon me, that I would love to see different in UpViral. Maybe you guys can give me some input. There is lots of good stuff going on, by the way. The beta is going on right now for those of you who did volunteer and who were selected. I would love to know if any of you are using the beta, but you can't say what it is. But just tell me whether you're using the beta and whether it's good or whether it's bad. How about we just go there? Glenn, this is my first time, so very excited to find out what we are going to cover. The topic of the day that I selected is, and I apologize again for the message. Jeff says, what beta? If you don't know about the beta, then sorry you've missed it. The title is What Will Make or Break Your Campaign? Social sharing and landing pages. We're going to cover that. I did see that. Obed says they're giving $1 million if you can count the bottles in the commercial. I did see that, but I didn't really think about it too much. Jose Luis says beta of what? Well, if you don't know what the beta is, Wilco announced that there was going to be a beta in the UpViral group. So if you don't know what it is, you're not coming to the UpViral group often enough on Facebook. Some people I do know. There are 2 people that are in my mastermind that are in the beta. So I've been talking to them offline. So there is a new feature of UpViral that is currently in beta. So they're getting feedback from the beta testers. I can tell from all of your good words here that none of you know what the beta is. And I can't tell you because my lips are sealed. So Obed gave us the link to the Do campaign. I'm going to quickly glance at it. Well, good. All right. We might talk about that a little bit. I always love to look at campaigns. John T says, I'm on the beta test. Great, John. Is it good so far or is it not good? Just give me a quick yes, thumbs up, thumbs down kind of opinion. But don't tell anybody what it is. Shh. It's a secret. And those people that don't know what it is, they feel left out because they don't come to the UpViral group and pay attention to what's going on. I did alpha test it, by the way, and I found some bugs. So I'm really curious to see what you think. All right. So topic of the day, what will make or break your campaign? By the way, if you are thinking as we go through this today, John says, yes, I'm playing around with it and it is an improvement. Lisa says, I feel left out. I'm sorry. Got to pay attention to the UpViral group. I know there's not always something exciting going on in the UpViral group. But by the way, if you come in the UpViral group and you participate, and you answer people's questions and you ask people's questions, then guess what? There'll be more going on in the UpViral group. It's not just Mitch. It's not just me. What will make or break your campaign? And I know this is probably going to feel like a repeat for some of you. And I tend to think that, see, my brain is all over the place today, especially after just having talked to Mark and Michael, the UI guy, because my brain is just going all kinds of places. And I managed to keep my mouth kind of zipped during the whole thing. Well, I shouldn't say. I didn't go down all the rabbit holes that I usually go down. Anyway, what I started to ask you is if you have any feedback about what you would like to see covered here in the co-pilot show when I either have a guest or when I don't, or when Mark's here or not. Let me know what topics you'd like to see covered. I feel like I'm going to start repeating myself because coming up with 40, 30-minute hour-long conversations about a particular topic, I feel like I cover some of the same things over and over. And I also know that some of you come in every week, and I know that there are some new people. Who is the new person today? Glenn said, this is my first time. I'm very excited to find out what we're going to cover. But the meeting I had this morning with Mark, guys, I love talking about this tool. One of the questions that they asked me, Lisa, second time, thank you for coming. Hope you keep coming back. David says, second time, thank you, David, for coming back. Steven says, options to get people in the front door apart from Facebook ads. Great question. I'm going to put that on my notes. Steven. Yes, great feedback. Pawan, great to have you here. Thank you for coming. And I suspect the crowd size is going to be a little bit smaller because we didn't advertise a big guest star. Lisa says, I like Steven's question. Dejan, I was absent for a few months. Just having fun. It's all right. I understand life gets busy. You've got things going on, and sometimes Mitch is boring. How's that possible? I like talking about money. All right. Good topic, Ron. Ron says, what happens when you run a campaign that gets lots of social actions but not many referrals? We can kind of sort of talk about that a little today, maybe. But that's a good question. Good topic. Hopefully, Dijon, you weren't physically ill or anything like that. I know things happen, and I was mentally absent for about a month. Came and did the show, but man, I've been struggling in the last month and a half. I don't know if you guys know, but 2-3 weeks ago, my cat passed away, and that put me off for quite a bit. Some of you have probably, I don't know, maybe you haven't seen her, but anyway, don't want to focus on that, but it did leave a big hole in my heart, as you know, pets can do. So what will make or break your campaign? This is an important topic, something that I love to talk about. I talk about it a lot, and I overdrive it for some people, but it's critical. I mean, the reason people come to me is they want to have a campaign that works, right? UpViral's magic, right? If you listen to Wilco, and Wilco talks about the marketing side of things, and he wants you to believe that UpViral is absolute magic. And to some degree, what people believe, I've spoken to people and they tell me they believe this, that they think they can just kind of half-assed, and I shouldn't use that word, they kind of just throw a campaign up and they expect it to work. And by work, they think it's going to go viral because it's called UpViral, and bam, I'm going to get 10,000 leads. And when they don't get even 100 leads, they're crushed. And they want to know why, right? Happens all the time. In the UpViral group, people are saying, well, I'm struggling. My campaign isn't doing very well. Why is that? And what I want to do is to focus on things that you can do and to look at to figure out what's working and not working. And that's why I love doing campaign reviews. And by the way, next week is Q&A week and review week. So if you have a campaign you want me to review, put it on the form. When you sign up, you have the option of Sorry, Steven's comment just made me laugh. I shouldn't read. You have an option to ask questions or to submit a review. And I love doing reviews. I did a review, what's today? Tuesday. I did a review last Wednesday on my Facebook timeline. And it's not in the UpViral group because I tend to talk about some of my own personal stuff and I tend to promote stuff that I'm doing, so I can't do it inside the group. But I love doing reviews because what I can do is help you understand why your campaign's not working. And the campaign that I looked at last Wednesday, the gentleman had gotten 54 leads and his prize was $600. The value was $600. And Barry's here. Hi, Barry. And Barry says, and it was very helpful. Thank you for being here, Barry. And so the reason I'm here is that, and you guys have seen the plaque and the t-shirt, and frankly, it's well more than 250,000. It's probably close to 400,000 leads that I have gotten for students and clients and other accounts and stuff. But in my account, it's over 250,000. And in my account, by the way, I just want to look. I haven't looked recently, and I just want to look if you'll give me a second. Uh-oh. Let me go to the home page. And I know you can't see this. I'm not trying to show you my home page right this second. But my total leads, 257,000. Referred leads is 113,000. So let me quickly do the math, right? 113 divided by 257, that's 44%. 44% of my leads are referred. I've never really done that math. 44% of the leads that I've gathered, of the 250,000 leads, 44% were free leads. They were referred people. So the reason I'm here doing the show is because I know how to help you get maybe not 44%, but so what does that number really mean? Why am I talking about that number? And why should you be paying attention? And I actually talked about this morning with Mark and the user developer, the user interface developer. The whole reason you guys are using UpViral or planning to use UpViral or should be using UpViral is because of that 44%. That 44% says for every person that I signed up on the front end, they referred 0.44 people. I got 44% or 0.44 people for every person I brought onto the front of my campaign. Those are free leads. Those are free leads. If you were to run a Facebook campaign and you brought in 250,000 people and could add another 44% without paying any more money, simply because you ask people to refer others, why wouldn't you do that? Because you would spend another 44% of whatever total you spent driving Facebook people to sign up if you weren't using UpViral. Is this making sense to you guys? I get fired up about this. I don't know why every person on the planet that's doing marketing isn't using UpViral. Even if you only get 5% referred people, and Ron is frustrated because he's not getting many referrals, using UpViral has brought you some referrals. Whether it's 5% or 50% or 300%, it's more than you would have gotten with your traditional marketing. It's more than you get with ClickFunnels. It's more than you get with lead pages. It's more than you get with anything you're already doing. Why aren't you doing UpViral for every frickin' thing you're doing? Question mark. And yes, it takes a while for this to sink in. And part of what I was talking to Mark about this morning is that they are doing the wrong thing in their marketing, and the user interface is doing the wrong thing, because what I want them to do is to, like we were talking about this morning, I'm not giving away any secrets here. Wouldn't it be nice if UpViral popped up and said, what would you like to do today? Do you want to do a lead magnet? Do you want to do a contest? Do you want to do a referral campaign? Do you want to do a webinar? Do you want to do a wait list? Because you can do all those things with UpViral. We tend to think of UpViral as all it does is contests. But if you are doing a lead magnet, right? Everybody does lead magnets. It does marketing. Hey, sign up and get my free thing. What if you asked everybody that signed up to refer somebody? Because I bet you just about everybody, no matter what your product, knows somebody that could use that thing that you're giving away for free. And nobody is asking those people to bring on somebody. Nobody's doing that. That's why I'm calling myself the viral traffic guy, because that's what I'm teaching people how to do. And you should be doing it in everything you do in terms of marketing. It doesn't cost you, okay, it costs you a little bit, but it doesn't cost you like paying for a whole lead. So let's suppose you pay $5 for a lead. I know people are paying $20, $30 for a lead. And what if for an extra 10 cents, that one person that signs up that you paid $3 for brings on a friend? Now your cost is down by 50%. Phew, hello? Lisa says, thanks for making that point. We should be doing this in everything we do. Thank you. Linda gets the bell. Yeah, all she did was repeat what I said, but that's exactly what I want you to be thinking. All of my marketing, and I'm raising my hand because I'm equally as bad. In the past, I was using other tools, and I wasn't thoroughly invested, even though I've gotten 250,000 leads plus running contests. I still am doing lead magnets where you can download this thing and I get your email. But what if I ask you, hey, I know, Lisa, that you're really interested in getting viral leads. Here's a free ebook, the top 10 things that people fail doing while running your contest. By the way, I'll give you a $49 training for free if you get 3 other people to sign up to download that free thing. Wouldn't you want that $49 thing? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. If Lisa refers 3 people, phew, she just boosted my list. I've gotten 4 people for the price of Lisa. Right? And I virtually guarantee that every one of you already has that extra thing that you could be giving away instead of charging for it. But let's go back. And I haven't even gotten to the topic today. Let's go back to the reason you're doing this. The marketing industry says your email list should be worth at least $1 per person per month. Sink that in. If you have 1,000 people on your email list, that's $1,000 a month. If you have 1,000 people on your email list, that's $12,000 a year in revenue. Hello? Add another 1,000 people, that's $24,000 a year. Add another 1,000 people, that's $36,000 a year. Why aren't you building your email list and learning how to market to your email list? It's revenue. And if you can get other people to help you build your list for virtually no cost, Hello. All right, so what are the elements that make or break your campaign? That's why we came here. 25 minutes, and I'm just now getting to start to talk about the topic. There's two pieces of your campaign that really make or break things. Your lead page and your share message. It's very simple. Those two things are what you need to spend the most of your time on. Now, the subset of that is the first message, the big message always is, anybody want to guess the phrase I'm going to say? 6 words, or 5 if I use a contraction. It is all about the offer. Now, the lead page is talking to your person and making an offer. If we're talking about a contest, it can be fairly simple. Win a $50 Amazon gift card. Your lead page could be that simple depending upon the offer. It may be more complicated because maybe you're not giving away a $50 Amazon gift card. And don't you dare do it unless you know what you're doing. I've seen $50 Amazon gift card contests bring in 20,000 people. It's not hard when the offer is blatantly obvious. You with me? You guys follow me on this? But the offer has to be what your audience truly, and I'm going to use a word that some people may not like, lusts for. Right? If you put up a lead magnet that says 10 ways to blend pasta, some people are going to be very excited about that. The people who bake and make pasta, maybe they make it from scratch or whatever, those people could be very interested in that. They could lust for that. That could be the perfect offer for pasta makers or chefs or people making food, right? And it's not going to appeal to Paula, who doesn't cook or doesn't make pasta or whatever. But an ebook could be a very lustful offer. It may not be as lustful as a $9,000 bunkie that we talked about 3 weeks ago, 5, 6 weeks ago. I didn't get an update. The last I heard, he was at 112,000 leads, by the way, for his latest campaign, which ended on Sunday. And I no longer have access to his account. He changed his password. That being said, you don't have to give away a $9,000 thing. Barry, we talked Barry last week about the offer, the review that I did. Barry's offer was a $600 offer. He had 54 leads. Is it the right offer for his audience? I think it was, because it was a chess set, right? So we're talking about, in his case, a chess set that was worth $600 would be very lustworthy for his audience. But if your lead page does not convey that message simply, and his did not, Barry will tell you after listening to me, his page did not present his offer. And Barry's offer could be very simple. A picture of a $600 super sexy chess set. And his message could be, win this $600 chess set. Am I going to register because I want to win a $600 chess set? No, I'm not, because I don't play chess. But he only had 54 leads because his landing page did not convey that message. And I was kind of mean. I tend to get kind of mean. But you got to sometimes hit people over the head with a 2x4 to get them to recognize. Now, Barry knows his message. Barry knows exactly what he wants. But Barry was not presenting it in the right way that the average person out here goes, holy crap, that's what I want. I lust for that. I got to have that. I got to win that. And I'm going to do anything it takes to win that. Right? You guys with me? Let me know. Deborah says, to paraphrase, every offer has to motivate them to sign up. Yes, that's the first thing. You have to get their email address. The second thing is to get them to share, which is the other part of the thing that I'm talking about today. Lust for the win, right? Exactly. I mean, even the 10 recipes for pasta ebook, for some people, they have to have that. They got to get it. And then if you entice them with something in addition to that, if they share with somebody, then they go, oh, yeah, got to have it. Got to get that other thing too, right? Because they align. You're making your offer align. If you go back to the show that, why is his name not, Danny did about knowing your avatar, this is where it comes back to. If you know your avatar, if you know the person that you want to attract, and you know what they lust for, boom, this becomes very obvious. Gabe said last week, offer them the opportunity to buy the offer if they don't win. See? Yes, Deborah listened. Way to go, Deborah. Don't offer dog food to cats. Why does that thing keep coming up? Ah, shoot. All right. Why does that thing keep coming up? Go away. So yes, this is absolutely, and this is not just UpViral, right? This is not just a contest or whatever. This is marketing 101. I don't know why my mail keeps popping up. I did something. Mail keeps popping up. Go away, mail. And don't offer dog food to cats, as Deborah summarized. Right? Barry had this great offer. Win a chess set. Guess what he started talking about right at the very top? He started talking about his chess club thing that he wants to get people in. He wants to sell them on how great his chess club is and how great the results are going to be, how you're going to be better at chess, when all he had to do was to tell people, win this chess set. It's worth $600. Later, you tell them about the club that's going to benefit them. You're mixing your messages. What he was doing was mixing his messages. Make your offer freaking clear. It is all about the offer. And don't forget, that there is going to be cold traffic on your page. Barry said, by the way, Barry's here. Thank you, Barry. You weren't mean at all. LOL. I was. But I get pretty emphatic about these messages. I want to make things better for you. I want you to have a success, because when you have a success, you're going to say, that Mitch guy, he really freaking knows what he's talking about. You need to go hire him, right? Ching! Thanks to your help, I was able to turn it around. Yay, Barry! That's what I want to hear. I want you to be happy with the result, because number two, and this is why UpViral hires me to come in and do the shows, if you're successful in your campaign, you're going to use UpViral again. You're going to keep paying for UpViral, which is what they want, right? They want you to succeed. They want you to have success. They want you to tell other people about UpViral, and therefore they become a success, just like me, right? I want you to be happy. I want you to do well with your campaign. So you go, that Mitch guy, he has a mastermind. You ought to go join that. Anyway, So that's the second part of this deal. So when you're looking at your landing page, don't forget that some of the traffic is going to be cold traffic. We tend to think that everybody that lands on our page is somebody that already knows, likes, and trusts us. It's not true. Number one, you may be paying for ads. You may be. Thank you, Deborah. You're a godsend. Deborah just posted a link, Finding Your Perfect Audience, and she has the video for the avatar worksheet and stuff. So thank you, Deborah, for making that happen. Deborah is so amazing. She comes in here, she learns, and she keeps track of stuff and shares it with you guys. So y'all need to give Deborah a thumbs up. Please tell her thank you, because I don't have it sitting here in my hands ready to post. So Deborah's covering me. Thank you, Deborah. Deborah says, I learned so much here. I'd like to contribute where I can. Fantastic. Thank you. But the traffic that is coming into your page, we assume that we are bringing in warm traffic. If you're paying for Facebook ads, that is typically thought of as warm traffic, because you're able to target, in Barry's case, for example, he could target the chess player that I don't know, that is struggling with Facebook ads, and there's all kinds of stuff that goes on there. You can target those people, so we tend to consider that as warm traffic. But with the social sharing that we're going to talk about in a few minutes, and I do this thing because I have this chart that you guys have seen. There's the landing page, there's the sharing page. On the sharing page, people do sharing, and that sharing is bringing cold traffic in. That sharing is bringing cold traffic to your page. They kind of maybe, hopefully warm, maybe a little bit because of the message. But you have to assume that those people are cold traffic. Now, in Barry's case, in the Bunky's case, well, Bunky's a little different, but in Barry's case, as an example, if you simply say, win the $600 chess set, the vast majority of chess players understand the offer and hopefully lust for it. Maybe they don't like that particular chess set, all kinds of stuff. But you don't necessarily have to do a lot of explaining to those people because it's obvious. If you're bringing cold traffic in to a landing page where you're a coach and you are coaching people how to not procrastinate, for example, it's a lot more difficult because now you have to tell people the pain point. Hey, are you struggling every day? You're supposed to accomplish these things and you know it, and it's just nagging at the back of your mind going, I really got to do that. Well, I have the solution for you. It is this Pomodoro timer and a course that's going to teach you how not to procrastinate. So you see what I did there? That's the pain point and the solution. And that's not L for loser. Sometimes you have to educate people about what's going on. Now, in Barry's case, if you're talking about the chess set, right, and a club, maybe he's offering the club as part of the incentive. Barry could go, are you losing at chess every time? Are you struggling to come up with the right winning strategy? Well, you could not only win the $600 chess set that is freaking going to blow everybody off the table because it's so pretty and so awesome, but I'm going to teach you how in 5 weeks to be a better chess player. Isn't that a lot better than just saying, win this chess set and I got a chess club? Well, heck yes, it is. Right? Mike said those folks are going to procrastinate in signing up. Touche, Mike, touche. But this is marketing. This is marketing 101. I am not a marketing expert. I didn't take marketing in elementary school. 5,000 years ago when I went to school. But this is the kind of stuff that's really important for you to think about. Again, there are multiple ways of doing this. And with UpViral, if you're on the business plan, you can do split testing. You could try it. You could put a page up that says, the part that I just did with my Barry's chess set, where you explain the chess club and the pain point and the solution. Or you could just put up a page that says, win a chess set and see which one works better. That's what marketers do. You test things to find out what's really working for your avatar. You don't do this one time and quit. And you certainly don't. Congratulations to Barry for asking for help, because you don't just throw something up there and then if it doesn't work, you go, well, that tool didn't work, or that marketing concept didn't work. It didn't work because you didn't ask for help to understand how to do it right. Barry asked for help, and we got him some help. Deborah says to Mike, LOL, but it's our job to compel them to convert. Exactly right, Deborah. It is your job to get them to understand your pain. Now, the other reason for that, right? The other reason for doing the pain point and the solution is that your avatar is now going to say to themselves, oh, Barry gets it, right? Barry understands that I'm struggling with that chess problem, and I go to people with my $5 chess set to play chess, and I'm embarrassed about the quality of the chess set, and then I lose. Boy, I look like a right? But if you address the pain points at the top of the page and you get them to feel you, Barry gets me. Barry understands what it's like to walk in with the $5 chess set that's been beaten up to shreds and then lose, so I'm more interested in this, right? Mike or Barry's got the solution that I've already joined his club, then I can learn in 5 weeks how to do better, right? You get the idea here. Mike's in reference to the procrastination, I'd prefer to get a different target audience. Well, it's all up to you. It's all in what you want to sell. Is this making sense? You've got to look at your landing page as your avatar. Put on your avatar hat, not your Barry hat or your Mitch hat or anything else. Look at the landing page as if you are the avatar and see what they see when they see the page. I can't tell you how many people that have done that and then had a light bulb go off over their head and go, now I get why my campaign's not working. I created the page as if I'm me and I know everything about the offer. So yeah, the offer's obvious. If it's not obvious to them, you're failing. Okay, you with me? You guys get it? Moses, welcome. Thank you. And you sent this question privately. I'm going to answer it right now. It's a great question. Hey, Mitch, and we can all be friends here. You don't have to send it privately. In your experience, does quantifying the giveaway, i.e., valued at $97, tend to increase conversion? That's a good question. A good question. And the answer is, anybody know what the answer is? The second favorite answer that I give, it depends. It may or may not. Usually it does, right? Most of the time it does. If you're getting into something that's really low value, you kind of have to be careful. Deborah says maybe. Martin says yes. I was working with a client this week, as a matter of fact, who gives away. This is another good example. She She's in selling belts. She does vegan belts. She's been in business 20 years. And what she wanted to do was to offer a single belt as a prize. And we had a long debate about this. If it's a single belt and the belt is valued at $49, does that create lust in your avatar? That's the question. That's the answer. And Deborah hit this on the head. Thank you, Deborah. If it's enough value to stop it being a no-brainer that they could just buy. I took this belt question to my mastermind on Tuesday, and I said to them, or last Friday, and I said to them, what would you do if you saw a contest that was a single belt as the prize? And one of my mastermind members said, hell no, I'd just go buy it. $50, that's within my threshold. It's so much easier to just go buy it than to register and hope and pray that I win the thing, right? And showing the value of $50 wouldn't matter in that case. If it was a $500 belt, which who in the heck's buying a $500 belt in the first place? But if it was a $500 belt, I would shout it to the moon. If it's a $50 belt, I'm going to tell you no, that the value is not enough to get somebody to sign up in the first place, right? Deborah says, offer a seasonal belt package for the price. Yes, we talked about I was pitching her hard on other offers than just a single belt. Believe you me, we had a long discussion about that. Especially when I found out that her cost is about 30%. I'm like, good God, girl. Offer a $50 belt and it costs you 30%? No offense to her, right? We all have our business, and it's really freaking awesome to think about it. So I went back to her and I said, what's the lust factor on a single belt? Well, some of the people in my audience would just jump up and down for that. I said, but what about the person that doesn't already know, like, and trust you? Right? You got to think about them. Deborah just said, make it worth their time to opt in and share. Deborah, again, gets the bell. Right? You got to figure out what is going to get people really lusting to share. Deborah said the right word. First of all, you got to get them to opt in. Like I said, a lot of people aren't going to opt in with just a belt, depending upon the value, blah, blah, blah. If you were to offer a 6 months or a new belt every month and a Versace handbag, I don't know, something vegan or whatever that aligns, now you're talking. Now you're trying to get the people that are really interested that are going to share the offer with some caveats, right? Make it worth their time to opt in and share. Then Deborah says, so offer the losers the opportunity to buy at a lower price point. For example, 3 for the price of 2. Yes. And you offer them incentives that if they get 2 people to sign up to your offer, you'll give them 30% off. That's another perfect example, by the way. And I'm not picking on my friend. This is my friend that I was talking to about this campaign. She says, well, everybody that refers one person gets 10% off. And I said, who gets out of bed for 10%? Nobody gets out of freaking bed for 10%. People get out of bed for 30%. She says, yeah, on Black Friday, I give them 30% off, and they're just like clamoring for that. Like, and by the way, you just told me that the cost to you is about 30%. So your profit margin is 70%. Okay, it wasn't that quite that. But anyway, you guys get my idea. And therefore, you could offer 50% off and still make money? Why are you not doing this all day long? Because they turn into buyers, right? You get them lusting for your things and they turn into buyers. That's the goal. That's what you want. All right, I get really fired up about this stuff. John said, if you weren't running an UpViral contest with a prize, how much / should you, or should you spend on marketing to raise awareness of your product or service? Again, you can use UpViral for any kind of marketing. If you could get 25% bonus people on the back, pardon me, on the back end of referrals that cost you virtually nothing, how much should you spend on marketing? Well, that's a business decision based on how much business you want to bring in. My suggestion, John, is that you spend 3 or 4 months building a couple of campaigns and testing it without spending a lot of money, and figure out what works best and then dump money into that. I'm reading comments. Great answers, Moses. Obed asked Deborah, what campaigns are you doing now? Deborah said, I'm in the process of rebranding my course. So nothing active right there right now. Deborah, you and I need to have a chat, by the way, about courses. If you're doing courses, message me if you can or want to, because I got a tool that I think will really help you on your courses. But we need to talk about that offline because it has nothing to do with this. I do a lot of author marketing and looking to build campaigns for my author clients. Next one is going live in April. All right. Stephen, can you get fired up about non-Facebook ads lead collection? Isn't that what we're talking about? Depends upon how you need to do it, but yes, we're talking about that. John, what I'm trying to say, business spend X dollars on marketing, therefore your price should equal the marketing cost. I would not say that's any kind of a rule in my book. The price should equal the marketing cost. No, I don't. No. The whole deal about if you're doing a contest or even not a contest is to make the marketing as inexpensive as possible, right? Isn't that what you want to do? I'll go back to the Bradley example because it's really easy, and Bradley says I can tell you. Bradley used to be in the UpViral group, but he hasn't been around for a while because he's got a really big project he's working on. But he did a campaign for a client that was in the survival niche, right? People that think the world's going to end. And therefore, they tested a lot of different offers. They tested camping stools, camping chairs, camping stoves, a whole bunch of different things. And they did testing. Testing is important if you haven't figured that out. Testing. And what they found was that a $97 flashlight, a halogen flashlight, really appealed to their avatar the most. And they started giving away $97 flashlights like they're going out of style. And they were collecting leads like crazy. So in terms of John's question about you should spend X on marketing, therefore your price should be equal to marketing cost, $97 flashlights? Those are not expensive things. They cost you even less. That's the retail price, right? It does not have to be expensive. does not have to be expensive. And I think I beat that up. All right. We have not even gotten into the social sharing side of things. This is the problem when you're planning something like this, because you guys know that Mitch can talk. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the social sharing thing and save it for 2 weeks from now, because I don't want to just rush through that, and I think it's highly critical conversation, and we could talk about it all day long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boost that to 2 weeks from now. We'll make this a two-parter, because we're already an hour into this, and I could go for another hour and a half, 2 hours. And you guys, you've asked some great questions, and we're all okay here, I think, right? I need to screen grab this. Hold on. Just for sure. And since you guys didn't know what I was going to talk about today, then I can get away with that because you didn't know what you're coming in here to see anyway. Mike says we're up for a couple of more hours. Well, that's the kind of stuff that I do in my mastermind, by the way. We go 3 hours or more in my mastermind talking about this stuff. Deborah says, you can also acquire a better prize and increase reach by cross-marketing with related businesses. Yes. There are all kinds of things that you can do in terms of making a better offer. We've talked about offers. One of the first Copilot shows was about picking the perfect offer, but that's the most critical part of the process is picking the right offer. Barry, for example, had a great offer. $600 chess set for when he's trying to get people into a chess club as a monthly service charge. You know, he gets, I don't know, I don't remember what the cost was, but you get 10 people in at $30 a month, and you've paid for that prize in no time flat. You're going to give that stuff away all day long to bring in more people. And it doesn't have to be a $600 chess set. He could offer a $100 chess set and get people just as fired up, I bet you. And he could split the costs. He could offer 2 or 3, or he could offer, incentives on the back end. Anyway, I'm laughing because Steven said, Mike, shush. It's 11 o'clock here. Steve says, you haven't gone into much detail about choosing the best time, season, holiday to make an offer. That's because that's another one of the general questions that gives the it depends answer. A/B testing doesn't seem really practical over a year time frame. This is fascinating, and I absolutely agree that seasonal variances will change things. I actually was speaking to a client this week who wants to test. What we're doing is we're doing a type form survey as the lead page. And I've talked about this before. Type form lead page, instead of using an UpViral page or an UpViral widget, we are asking questions to get them into the campaign. And when they answer the questions, we do a one-click sign up. I can talk about that, could probably be a whole show. But what I said to him is, so, well, why don't we just create a traditional landing page where we say the prize is a Garmin watch? But he wants to ask people a bunch of questions and then offer them the Garmin watch. And I said, I'll bet you that we could get more people to just sign up to win the Garmin watch and then offer them additional points if they do the survey. And I'd love to split test that. And we could potentially split test that in one campaign. We figured out a way to make it happen. That kind of split testing is much more valuable, Steve, than doing it this campaign with the Typeform front end, and then 2 weeks later, the same campaign, but with an UpViral landing page front end, because you don't know, there's some variables in there, just like you're saying. There's holidays, there's time of year, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're having to spread things out, it becomes more difficult. The ideal split test is all within one campaign. Yes, you are. Deborah, yes, the answer to your private question is yes. Go ahead. I don't care. So Deborah has a link for some holiday marketing, seasonal marketing, and absolutely. I'm going to click on that myself so I have it for later to read. Marketing templates. I'm assuming it's not your thing, but even if it is, I don't care. I obviously don't want this to be a promotion / buy my stuff, but it is relevant to our topic, and it's not going to be saved in the video, so only those people that are here get to see what the link is, so that's fine. Barry said, and it's not a pitch fest, it's Search Engine Journal. All right, Barry said, my next contest, I'm going to have sponsors to provide the products on the strength of this first contest success, so my overall costs go down. Yes, Barry, way to go, Barry. And I'm glad to hear that you're getting enough success after struggling with only 54 leads to make that happen. Congratulations. Absolutely great stuff. And especially when you can start getting a sponsor to pay for the prizes. Sweet doggies. That's golden stuff. That's golden stuff. Good for you. I'm proud of you. And I'm happy that we were able to help make that a success. Let me know if you have any other questions down the road. All right. Anybody have any other questions? Because we're at an hour, and I'm happy to stick around and answer questions. If you want, I'll share this again next week. Or not next week, the week after, which I thought I had copied the link, but I didn't. But I can create it. Viraltrafficguy.com. Sorry. What I have is a folder for you of social sharing images that we're going to talk about next week. Sorry, the week after, when we talk about the social sharing image side of the campaign. And it's simply, for those of you who are watching this on replay, if you go to my site, and if you go to this link, viraltrafficguy.com/samples, that's viraltrafficguy.com/samples, you will get to a collection of images that I have used before. Some of them are not mine, but the vast majority are campaigns that I have run. And we'll talk about those in 2 weeks. We'll go into details about what they are, but you guys can have that since I'm cutting that off and saving it for next time. Mike says, I'd be interested in seeing Barry's campaign. I have a son who loves chess. Barry, you're welcome to share that if it's still active. I'd like to see what you did with it. So if you're willing to share that link, go ahead and paste it in there. Steven says, yes, getting people in the front door without Facebook ads. Depends upon what the campaign is. We could talk about that, and I have that on the list for another show. And again, if you guys have any ideas about things you want me to talk about, things that I haven't explained well enough yet, questions, let us all know, because I love talking about this stuff till I'm blue in the face. Deborah said there's another source for marketing calendar stuff. All right, I have opened that link as well so I can read it later. Barry, are you still here? Are you willing to share your campaign? If you can't, that's fine. Just say, no, I can't share it. But if you're willing to share the link before we shut this down, let me know. Let us know. And if you've left, then you've left. We'll see if we can find out more. But I am really happy to hear that your first campaign is what you consider a success. I'm going to save that. Actually, I'm going to do a screen grab. I like to do before and afters too. So it would be really neat, Barry, if you're willing to. Oh, good, you gave me the link. What I'll do, if that's okay, is I will grab that and do a side-by-side in some of my marketing, because I like to be able to tell people who's had successes and what a good result. All right, so good stuff. Thank you for sharing that, Barry. I will glance at that later. Thank you so much for that. Is it still open? I wasn't looking at the date. Monday, February 15th. So yeah, it's still open. Cool. Right? Today's the 9th. Cool. Good for you. How many leads do you have now, Barry? If you want to share that would be great. If you don't, that's okay. I'm proud of you for making the changes. It does look better, first glance. Anybody have any other questions before I wrap this up? Just as an FYI, I'm going to do a little tiny plug for myself. Shh, don't tell Mark I did this. But one of the things that I do, and we're doing it here, but in my mastermind, what we do is we take stuff like what Barry's doing, and we analyze the kajibers out of it. We look at the campaign beforehand, during, and after. And we figure out what's working, what's not working, and how to make things improve in an ongoing basis. So every month we're looking at people's campaigns. And to me, it's the ideal way of learning. And I've even talked to Mark about how UpViral ought to be doing something like this. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but this stuff is hard enough that it really helps to have an expert, me, looking at what you're doing on an ongoing basis. Oh, Mike's here. Mike says, I'm in Mitch's mastermind. I'd love to see you guys there too. Thank you for that, Mike. I didn't realize Mike was Mike. Hi, Mike. Mike's awesome. Mike asked some of the best freaking questions you ever saw. And there have been so many times where Mike will tell you this. Mike asked me a question. I'm like, no, it can't do that. But what if, Mike says, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. And then the light bulb goes off in my head. The light bulb goes off in my head. And for example, we figured out how to do a group campaign in one of those sessions, and it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Again, I'm not supposed to be plugging my mastermind. If you want information, connect with me on Facebook, Facebook Messenger, or somehow. I'm not even supposed to really talk about it, but the reason I like to talk about it is because we're making a difference in people's campaigns. We're making a difference in their businesses. And I wish everybody could be in it, frankly. And that's not just because it would help me pay my bills or anything. It's because I want you guys to have success. That's why I'm here. I want all y'all to do this on a regular basis. We talked early on about how you ought to be doing your lead magnets and your wait lists and all this other stuff. One of the other ones, I was going to mention this and I forgot about it. You guys, okay, if you want to leave, you can leave, all right? If you don't mind, I want to share something with you. Because I think this is an absolute drop-dead brilliant thing. I'm going to go behind the scenes and I'll get this set up. I did not plan this ahead of time properly. But I want you to see this because I think it's incredibly significant. If you don't believe, thank you, Deborah, for that link. If you don't believe that referral marketing works, this is going to blow your mind, I think. So I'm going to screen share. Let me get the right thing up before I do that. I'm going to screen share, and I'm going to show you this Kickstarter project. Now, this is not about the product, okay? I'm not trying to get you to come here to look at the product. I think this is a freaking brilliant idea, and I'm going to press play. And
this is a normal view in video conferences.
I will make it go off. But so the idea behind this is to put the camera for a webcam smack dab in the middle so you get eye contact, right? I bought one of these, right? So here's the camera in use, right? I'm not trying to sell you this thing, but I saw this thing and we were talking about lust factor early on. And I saw this, today is Tuesday. I saw this campaign Friday night. And at the time I saw it, there were 97 backers. Right now there are 244. Glenn, are you okay that I answer that question publicly? You sent it to me privately. Just tell me yes or no. But so lust factor, I was actually last week talking to my accountability partner saying, I wish we had a camera where people looked right into the camera instead of down at their screen. And bam, this shows up on my timeline. So Friday night, there were 97 backers. And I asked the gentleman a couple of questions. You can go into Kickstarter and ask a question. I'm not logged in, so you don't see the question thing. But he answered my questions. And so Saturday morning I bought. When I bought, this was at 244 backer. I'm sorry. Backward. Rewind. This was at 103 backers. And when you press the back this project and blah, 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 they make you log in and blah, blah, blah. And it's not, obviously I'm not going to go back it again. But at the very end of the process, they pop up a Facebook thing that says, hey, now that you've backed it, wouldn't it be cool if you shared it with somebody? Right? So they give you the icon to pop up something like this. And so I did. If you go to my timeline, you'll see that on Saturday morning, I shared this. And I was like, frick, this is so cool. People that are doing live streaming would love this as well, right? So I took the link and I shared it in a couple of live streaming groups. And by the end of and people were like, holy crap, Mitch, this is so cool. I'm in, I'm buying. And 10 people, I know 10 people told me they were going to buy. I suspect there were a whole bunch of other people that decided to buy because I shared it And by the end of Saturday, it was at 150 sales. And now it's at 244. Now, I can't claim all of those are mine. I cannot claim that I caused the increase from 103 to 244. But Ian, the guy that is running this campaign, messaged me Saturday and said, I woke up to this huge surprise. You've made a big difference in the campaign. Now, again, I don't know how many of those 50-ish people bought because of me, but you see that it's going a little bit viral. This is the entire thing that I've been preaching to you about today. Find something and ask people to share it. That's all. If they are lustworthy, if it is lustworthy to them, and you ask them to share it, there's no incentive for me to share this whatsoever, other than I feel like I'm helping him out. I don't get any bonuses. I don't get anything else. And Deborah says, for sure, I'd back this and buy this. You can get in right now. If you go to Kickstarter, just look for Center Cam. You can find this link. It's still available. I think it's freaking cool. It's only, let's see, if the one that I got was $95. I think that one's gone, right? Oh, I'm not logged in, so I could still select this. So there's still some available. The next one up is the deluxe and whatever. So you can still get in. I think its current price is about $95. They're going to raise the price to $125 when they go per production, whatever. But my point being, this is the power of referring people. When you get somebody fired up, I shared it in 4 or 5 different Facebook groups of people that are live streamers. I can guarantee you that at least 15 people have bought because I shared it, because they told me that in the last 3 or 4 days. That is the power of viral marketing. Kickstarter is a function of that. And they didn't even incentivize me. They didn't say, oh, by the way, if you share this with 5 people and they buy one, then you'll get 10% off or something. I just shared it because I thought it was freaking cool. This is what I want you to have success-wise for your campaign. This is the kind of stuff that gets me going. This gets me lit up. Hopefully it gets you lit up. But that's exactly what I've been talking about today. Now, Kickstarter's page isn't super sexy, but they make the offer right at the top, and they get you to understand what the offer, why you need to have it. And they make it desirable for you to get in before anybody else can. They figured this out. They know it works. And then they ask you to refer somebody. Now, I think they could do a better job of referring people. I'm not going to go pitch Kickstarter on something, but they could do a better job on that side of things. But it's a perfect example of what I've been talking about today. Does that make sense? Did I lose anybody? Did I fire you up with that? I mean, it's just a real live example happening right now. Glenn's question: I would like to run a contest giving away a front-end offer that when they go to the sharing page, I could send them to an affiliate page or link with a bridge page video. Absolutely, you can do that. That's exactly what Gabe is doing. And he was our guest on last week's show. That is exactly what Gabe is doing in his campaign, which is still running. You can go watch that show and grab the link and go look at exactly what Gabe's doing, because on the share page, he sends you, if you want, to an offer where you can buy his $47 offer. And if I remember correctly, I think he's already sold $80,000 worth. I don't remember the exact number, so don't quote me on that. But on the share page, even though I have advised people not to distract others because you want them to share, Gabe's doing it such that people are buying his back-end offer. It freaking works. Now, the caveat is, again, when you watch that show, Gabe's campaign he's in year 5. I talked about this earlier today. You've got to be doing this over and over and over. In year 1, he ran a campaign where all he did was give away his $47 bundle. That was a prize. He didn't make any money that year, or a tiny bit of money, because he waited till after to do the sale. But it worked. He did it again the following year. My message to him has been, don't wait for a whole year in between. Part of what you'll hear is that he's decided that a 4-month campaign works really well for him. So once a year is probably going to be it. Anyway, that was a great show. Last week's show was astounding. Gabe is getting results. Gabe also, by the way, has taken that process and he's now selling it as a course. Hey, what? Wait, you mean if I have success, I can then turn around and teach people how to do it? What an idea. If you start doing this stuff, and guess what? Psst, he's also making affiliate money because he's teaching them how to use UpViral, and therefore when they buy UpViral, he's getting an affiliate sale. Hello? I pressed it too many times. Cash register sound. Is this stuff sinking into you guys yet? Have I preached hard enough? The stuff works. Absolutely works. Come back every week and I will give you golden nuggets every freaking week. Next week's show, by the way, is a Q&A show. So you can come back and ask questions. I got this itch going on, sorry. We're going to talk about, and if I can get a review, if I can get somebody to send in your campaign, I have not looked at the list of questions yet, because there's, when you go register, you can fill in a question or you can send in your campaign. Make sure you go to the promote tab and grab the link from the promote tab in UpViral. Don't send me just your edit link. You don't just go to the UpViral URL bar and send that. Everybody seems to want to do that. I cannot see everybody's campaign. I cannot go into your campaign on the back end. You can only send me the UpViral promote link. Go to the promote tab and send me that. Then I can do a review. Can't do it from the edit link. So please don't send that. Okay? I don't have access to everybody's campaigns. Mark does, but he doesn't help me out when people do that. Anyway, so next week's show, and then the week after, we're going to do the social sharing side, which is the second most important thing in the what will make or break your campaign. And I appreciate you letting me push that off, because you see we're already at an hour and a half, and I would have been going on and on and on. I'd have to go take a break because, you know, the bathroom's calling. We'd be in big trouble. I appreciate all of you showing up. I appreciate Deborah for sharing things. I appreciate Glenn and Steve and everybody for asking questions. I live for this stuff. And if you do want to connect with me privately on Messenger, that's okay. Deborah just gave the replay link. Can I share the name of Gabe Schillinger's course? It's yes. If I can never guarantee that my brain will pull up names, but it's called Contest let me just check. Because I think I can go here. Contest. Yes, there it is. I'll say it, but I'll also put it in the... I actually have an affiliate link, but I'm not giving you that. Thank you. Deborah's got it. Contest launch secrets.com. Contest launch secrets. Now, just between you and me, my training's better than his. But that's a whole other topic. My mastermind's much better than his course. Let's not go there. All right, I did. I went there. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys have any more questions, please let me know. Come over to the UpViral group and participate. Those of you who are not in the beta right now or missed out on the beta because you're not in the UpViral group and don't find out about these things. Come ask questions. That's what the group is there for. Let me know if you have any questions. I don't think I've missed any questions. Deborah posted the replays. Last week's show was amazing. I answered that question. I can't answer that one publicly. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Nobody's popped any quick questions in. We will see you next week. Thank you for your kind words, Deborah. We'll see you next week here on the Copilot Show. Same bat time, same bat channel. You don't have to have a different link. You can just show up. You don't necessarily have to register for everyone. UpViral likes you to register. Shh, again, I'm saying secrets. And yes, Deborah, bless your heart. There is currently a special on the UpViral for a $1 trial. I'd really rather you use my affiliate link. Oh, did I say that too? Kidding. You're welcome. Thank you for coming in. Deborah shared the link, upviral.com/special-copilot. And we will see you next week for the Copilot Show Q&A version with a review. I'm really going to have to find a review because I really love doing the review stuff. And again, Deborah says, I don't have your affiliate link. You know where to find me. I'd be happy to give you my affiliate link. Don't say that out loud, Mitch. I love all y'all. We'll see you next week for the Q&A, and then the social sharing will be the week after. So that's the next two shows, the Q&A and then the social sharing the week after. So thank you for tuning in. If you have signed up for UpViral and not used my affiliate link, that's okay. Right? It's okay. Go ahead, use their link, get the $1 trial for 30 days. It's a bonus bargain. And if you missed, speaking of those of you who maybe have missed shows, 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe it was 3 weeks ago, the show with Michael, who got the 14-day trial for $1 and ran a contest in 7 days after he got it set up and brought in 3,200 leads for $1 trial. You got to watch that show. Part of the reason I want you to watch that show as well, by the way, because I know we've had 3 special guests. I know I'm talking. I continue to talk. We had 3 special guests so far this year. We had Dave the Bunky guy. We had Michael, and we then last week had Gabe. Gabe's campaign, several $100,000. David's Bunky campaign, 120,000 leads and several $100,000, probably close to $1 million in sales, I bet. The Michael show is an ordinary, everyday he knows marketing, But it wasn't tens of thousands of dollars and hundreds of thousands of leads or anything. Michael's was hey, I need to get this done. Let me get it done. I spent $1 and test it out, and I brought in leads, and I love this tool. That's the show you really want to pay attention to, because he's the normal everyday guy. Yes, Michael Winters, special interview. Yes. Deborah says that was January 19th. Oh. Obed says you were about to go over the Mountain Dew sweepstakes. I glanced at it. I didn't see anything fascinating. All right, I will do that because I said I would. Thank you for reminding me. But Obed. All right, so let me just do that. What I need to do is I need to pull this window out so it's all by itself. Come over here and move that over to that screen and share the screen. Now, so why is that not working? Share. So this campaign, so there's a commercial. They ran a commercial during the Super Bowl. It's called the Major Melon Promotion, and during the commercial, there were a whole bunch of watermelons that popped out on the screen. No, there were bottles. So if you click here, and I'm really confused, I am in this process where I cannot click the thing. Isn't that bizarre? Okay, so they fail. You can only click here. I'm clicking on the icon. Why would not this be clickable? Mountain Dew video posted on Twitter. Now, why are they sending me to Twitter? Why don't they just play it right here? I would rather they play it right here. Thank you, Deborah, for the comment about Michael's campaign. How to play, count the bottles, regular and zero sugar depicted in the video. So there's another link, and then tweet your answer. Now, so what is happening here? Let's see if I can turn my cursor on, because it's not currently working. There it is. I can't see it behind that pink. Now, how is this different than what we're doing in UpViral land? Anybody want to take a guess? So what are they growing in this campaign? What thing are they potentially growing in this campaign? Is it stand out obvious to anybody yet? Steven gets it. Way to go, Steven. Way to go. John got it. Yay, John. Deborah's got it. Twitter following. Absolutely. You guys are hot. You guys got this figured out. There is no enter your email process here whatsoever. This is the Twitter link. I bet this, I don't know, where does it go? Oh, it's right here. So this doesn't go anywhere, but this is a Twitter link, right? They don't even give you a link. They just make you tweet from your own account. Why wouldn't they give you a click? But this is only about their Twitter. So they're spending millions upon millions of dollars, including the Super Bowl ad, to get you over to Twitter. Perfectly fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. They have a specific goal. They want you to go register and join Twitter and follow them to grow their Twitter account. Perfectly valid reason to do it. Deborah says following and engagement on their Twitter timeline. Absolutely correct. Is that what I advise you guys to do? No, I want you to build your email list. But they are doing a very valid thing to grow their Twitter. I'm going to click their Twitter. I'm not currently logged in, so that's okay. So they're playing the ad again down here, blah, blah, blah. All right. So look at that. They're even giving hints. For clarity, this is not a bottle. So all they're doing is talking about that campaign. Perfectly legitimate way to run a contest. Is there anything special about the campaign itself? No. Other than they are distracting people. Actually, they're not. Okay, I will take that back. They are not. I thought this home was going to send me to Twitter or to Mountain Dew's homepage, but it doesn't. All right, so that's kosher. I typically tell people not to put any menu stuff because that would take me away from entering the contest. But these are just taking me to different parts of the page, and that's kosher. Deborah says, oh, that's an interesting question. Deborah says, for the major brand, they do not have a huge number of followers. At 36,000. Look at that. You are right. Well, so there's 36,000 that are following, but there are 769,000 followers. So, yeah, the first glance, I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. But those are people that are getting some of the stuff, but these people get it all, right? Either case, they want to grow their list. And that works for me, and it works for them. It's worth spending $1 million on. What do they care? That's piddly to their marketing budget, right? This is just one facet of their marketing campaign. All right. So thank you, guys. I didn't see any more questions pop in, right? So thank you for tuning in. We will catch you guys next week on the Copilot Show, where we're going to do a review, which I love to do reviews. We made a big difference. Oh, by the way, he said, for the record, where is it? Where is it? God, is it that far back? Sorry. Barry said we're 319 leads on his campaign for the chessboard. We want to make that go up. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you again next week. Q&A show, review show. Really looking forward to that. And then the following week, we're going to talk about the social sharing side of the make or break your campaign. I really appreciate all of you. Don't forget to ask questions in the UpViral group and to go grab the $1 offer for 30 days. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for showing up, and we will see you next week.